Hello, today I'm going to talk about animation canceling in StarCraft 2. Let's get started. So, first let me define what animation canceling is and what animation you're actually going to be canceling. In this case, the animation that you're worried about is an animation that was added or a behavior that was added to make the animations look more natural. And as you can see these SCVs going back and forth, if you pay really close attention to them, you can see right as they approach the command center and the mineral patches, they actually slow down before making contact. You kind of have this like little drag on these, you can see kind of in this area. And so this is what you want to get rid of. And this is actually what botters and people will exploit, because they can actually just set it up. So like, you kind of want to rally. If you were going to manually do this, you would kind of want to force them just to go directly edge to edge. You see there's no slowdown if I just cue directly on this. And so the idea is that you want to command your unit to go to the location and then do their actions separately, so that you don't get this automatic slowdown that's built into the system. And what's nice is that you can actually build this into the queuing system. So I'm going to demonstrate that by building some SCVs and a building as well. Let me pull another builder off for a second. So here you can see I'm queued directly to the minerals. He slows down and then he kind of like slid down here and attached to this mineral. Well, let's change that. So what I want to do is I want to show how far away you have to be before you actually attach to the minerals. See, you have to be damn near in contact before they just latch on, right? Otherwise they have to kind of slide over. So what you want to do is actually kind of like this. You queue up right next to the minerals and then mine, so that they're actually two different actions. And you can see how much quicker his movement speed was when he saw that that mineral patch was occupied, and then he switched over to a new one. Now you can do this directly from the command center. So you queue right next to the minerals and then attach as two different things, and you build your SCVs. And this behavior is now locked in for every new SCV that comes out. And this collision detection that happens on minerals also benefits from this behavior, because it adds a relative speed up to your unit to go find a new mineral location, and not an absolute speed up. What's the difference? Well, because you never slow down, that speed up is designed to put the SCV back to its normal run speed correctly as a result. But you never had that slowdown, so you actually get this SCV that pops off and runs or moves at a much quicker speed than it actually would otherwise. I'll just keep a few queued up here, so if you want to watch closely, you can see how much quicker this behaves when there's collisions, and even just attaching to the minerals directly. Now you have another situation where you can use this offensively and with different units. You can do this with combat units as well, but I'm going to focus on building and minerals today. So let's say you had two builders kind of in this little dance where you're trying to build in a location and this one is blocking you. Well, they're going to be a lot more successful because of this slowdown behavior. Just like we saw with the slowdown with the minerals, we get a slowdown with the building location. So if I just try to build, you saw him start to slow down right around there before he found that spot. And if this was an offensive or a scouting SCV, it could have moved in there with its full speed and blocked it, even if it came behind. So it doesn't need to necessarily even predict where you are as closely. So how do you do this? So same idea. Let's look at it. So let's say I want to start walling with the supply depot right here. I want to snap right around this triangle right here, right? So that I don't get that slowdown and I start building immediately. So optimally, I'm going to target here, hold shift, and then tell it to build right in that spot. Bam. No slowdown. Right. So now you're not going to get blocked. This is very similar if you've been watching StarCraft or been playing for any time. You know you don't have to worry about that if you just build in place, right? So if you're just kind of running along and you go, oh, I want to build something. Bam. No slowdown. The problem with that is you have to be looking at it. You have to be actively engaged with this. Command queuing, I can build, you know, I want to block this spot. Great. There you go. Right. So right here, and there we go. So you can do it in distance and forget, and now you don't have to worry about the slowdown, and you can be much more aggressive with the starting of your buildings. Okay, here we are with Zerg. We need to go over this because the behavior is slightly different than it is with Terran and Protoss because of the way their main structure works here. So you can see there's actually 2 rally points from their main structure, 1 to resources, such as gas or minerals, and 1 to everything else. So in order to do this command queuing like I demonstrated earlier, you have to actually do it from the larval directly, which means that it's going to take more effort than the other races, but it's also going to have a higher payoff because you're going to be building clusters of units more, which you're going to be able to get that benefit of the run speed and that reallocation much better. So let me demonstrate. So let's build all these at the same time, and then we're going to just go ahead and rally them to a mineral spot nearby and then have them mine. What's going to happen is this one's going to attach first if it's empty, and the rest of them are going to have to split off. All right, that's the end of the demo. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, like and share. Thank you for watching.